2025 promises to be a huge year. Love, prosperity, clarity, abundance, it's all there waiting for you. But you have to make a conscious decision to take full advantage of this opportunity. You can't just sit back and do nothing. Aloha, I'm David. Welcome to my 2025 complete energy forecast. This is information that I channeled at the end of the year from my guides who call themselves the Guardians. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the three major energetic themes that are woven throughout 2025. Plus, I'm going to share with you a month by month breakdown of what we can expect energetically. Now, I was planning to record this a couple of weeks ago and post it, but soon after soon after New Year's, I got hit with this huge splinter, meaning a massive spiritual download that honestly really knocked me on my butt. And it's taken me a couple of weeks just to get well enough so that I could be on camera and be coherent enough for you. As I mentioned in a couple of previous videos, 2025 is a pivotal year because the decisions that we make this year, the choices that we make, not only will determine how this year unfolds for us, but it will set us in a direction, it'll set the trajectory for the next 9-year cycle, which begins in 2026. So this is really a critical year. Before I share the details with you, I just want to mention that in addition to channeling the forecast information, my guides also gave me a special meditation that I've channeled and recorded for you. So when you're finished watching this video and you've kind of digested the information, go down in the description. There's a link that allows you to download an audio recording of this guided meditation. And its whole purpose is to help you start aligning, to take that first big step to align your energy with the energetic themes of this year and the opportunities that you have available to you. Okay, let's start with the three big themes that are woven throughout 2025. The first one is about completion, and this is primarily based on the Lemurian numerology of 2025. 2025 is a 9-year, and according to Lemurian numerology, 9 is all about completion. So this means the ending of cycles, the ending of phases, projects, possibly the ending of relationships, but it's not about finality. An ending is always a precursor to a new beginning. So there is this dynamic of play of wrapping things up so that new cycles, new projects, new things can unfold for you. And another level of this completion theme is about learning all you can at a certain level. So whatever aspect of your life you've been focused on evolving or growing and developing, that theme of completion is going to be operating so that you can bring your learning to completion at a certain level. You can learn all that you can at that certain level so that then you can graduate, in a sense, and move to that next level. The second big theme that my guides gave me for 2025 is the idea of following the path of the heart. And from their perspective, that means really following your own truth. So many of us have been raised in environments that put value on problem solving and working hard and struggling and compromising, and basically all these things that make life hard. When the truth of the matter is, your heart always knows what's true for you. Your heart always knows what's best for you. And your heart is a direct connection to your higher self, that eternal, non-physical part of who you are, that real you. So this idea of following your heart, my guides are saying, is a really important theme for this year, that we have to let go of the old ways of thinking and doing things and thinking we have to struggle and compare pros and cons. They want us to start learning and practicing how to listen to our heart, how to follow our heart, how to make decisions based on the heart rather than the intellect. So that's another huge theme operating throughout this year, because as we evolve individually, as human consciousness evolves, this skill will become more and more important. Now, the third big energetic theme operating throughout this year is kind of related, and it's this idea of being the true you. Now, I just said a moment ago that your higher self is who you truly are, right? That is your eternal, multidimensional self. That is pure, positive love and light. But here you are in this human experience, and you're here to gather as much loving experience as you can as part of your evolution. And this year, we're going to be nudged more and more to focus on being our true selves, being true to our hearts. And that means acknowledging it's your truth, acknowledging what's true for you. And once you acknowledge that, having the courage to follow through on that knowing, that intuition. Another part of this, and my guides keep reiterating how important this is we have to stop caring so much about what other people think. And that doesn't mean disregarding those people that you care about and how they think and feel. No, it's not about that. But what happens most of the time, well, I'm not going to say for everybody, but what happens frequently is that we take other people's opinions or other people's choices, or even how we guess or anticipate that they might react to something, and we use those thoughts to limit ourselves. And so we base our decisions based on somebody else's priorities, somebody else's beliefs, somebody else's potential reaction. And that's the opposite of being true to yourself. And so that's a big theme throughout 2025. Not only listening to your heart, following the path of the heart, but also having the courage to be your true self. Now, I know the word authenticity gets bandied around a lot, especially on YouTube, but I'm moving past that cliche. And this is not about necessarily how you're projecting yourself. It's you being true to you, you being your real self for you. And if you want to think about it on a larger realm, it's about doing your best to be your higher self in physical form. Those are the three big energetic themes that are going to be at play throughout this year. Now, the Guardians also gave me this vision. Once they had given me these three themes, they gave me a vision that's kind of an overarching picture of the year. And it was an image of two spirals, one spiral and opening up in an upward direction, and one spiraling and opening up in a downward direction. And what they communicated to me with that image is that we have a big choice, a fundamental choice. We either move forward into this, in a sense, upward path of evolution and growth, or we maintain the status quo and we just keep doing things the way we've been doing them. We don't embrace changes. We don't push ourselves to expand our awareness and grow spiritually. That if we want to grow, we need to follow that upward path. But if we maintain the status quo and we choose not to take advantage of the energies of this year, then that status quo will eventually start spiraling downward. Now, it doesn't mean that there won't be brief moments and experiences of joy and fulfillment, but if we do not choose that upward path and we maintain the status quo, eventually that path is going to become less and less satisfying, less and less fulfilling. And we're just essentially just going to start cutting off the flow of life force energy through us. Okay, let's jump into the month by month breakdown of what we can expect energetically. Now, along with this information, my guides gave me some very clear visuals, and they all have a water theme. That's just the images they decided to use with me. So as I share this information, keep in mind that idea of flowing water, how water behaves when it flows downhill or downstream. I know January is rapidly coming to a close, and the theme this month has been slowly building momentum, building up speed. In fact, there's been some sense of hesitation this month. And I know I'm not the only one who was sidelined with some kind of physical ailment or, dealing with a huge download of energy. And if you've experienced some kind of physical condition, or you've been knocked on your butt, or you feel like you got this huge uncomfortable download, it's nothing bad. For those of us who are consciously on a spiritual path, these experiences are often periods of resetting energy that we're being forced in a way, but in a loving way, to release old energy and to prepare ourselves energetically for the next phase. And if you've experienced something that involves a virus, sometimes that virus is actually carrying information into your energetic system so that you're not only getting downloads from your higher self, but also receiving gifts of energy from, in a sense, outside of you. So my guides have said, whatever you've experienced in January, and if it's been uncomfortable, just accept it. Nothing is wrong, nothing is broken. It's just part of getting into the flow of new energy for 2025. I don't have all of this information memorized, so I'm going to start checking in on my notes. For February and March, the theme is accelerating flow. The energy is going to be picking up speed and momentum. And you can imagine it's like water flowing in a stream downhill, but it's picking up speed because the incline is getting a little steeper. And so the energy is finding its way downhill, whatever that winding path may be. But you will have this feeling of things speeding up, of energy flowing a little faster. And the Guardians say, enjoy the flow, keep things simple. Don't overthink or doubt what's going well. Trust the flow. In April, we're going to experience something a little bit different. It's going to feel like that water that was flowing so well downhill is going to be hitting a dam and being dammed up. So it's still flowing, but we're going to get this sense of pressure building. But don't worry, it's just temporary. My guides say this is a natural part of the cycle. Stay relaxed, stay grounded, stay centered. Breathe, meditate, whatever you can do to stay connected and centered throughout April. So April's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but it's only temporary. When we get to May, we are going to feel a definitive shift in energy. The theme is big release. All that energy that we felt building up during April, it's going to get released, and it's going to get released big time. It's like all that water dammed up is now free to flow, and it's going to flow rapidly. Now, this energy flow is going to feel invigorating and inspiring, but it also can feel kind of intense. Just ride it out. It's all good. It's all sending you downstream, guiding you downstream exactly where you want to go. The Guardians are saying during this time, when ideas and opportunities come, and they will come, don't overthink it. Listen to your heart. Feel your way into what's true for you and best for you. Again, think about your heart. Your heart is always guiding you in the right direction. In June and July, the theme is going to be moving to a higher level. We're going to be flowing energy at a higher vibration, a higher level of awareness and experience. And my guides are saying, during this time, become more aware. Notice what you notice, meaning the universe is going to be giving you signs and symbols and reassurances. So during this time of moving to a higher level of awareness, become more aware of the signs and symbols that the universe is delivering to you. Allow the energy to take you to the next level. So this is nothing you have to force or work at. You can allow that energy because you're consciously part of the flow. Let it take you to that higher level. They're also saying, do your best during this time to take a step or two back and start to see your life and what's going on with you as your higher self sees it from a higher, wider perspective. In August, the energies will feel like they're swirling. And the water image that the Guardians gave me was of little eddies that happen in a stream or river as it winds through. Sometimes there's kind of a little quiet part where there's a strong flow of energy down the main stream, but off on the side there might be a little eddy where things are moving a little slower, but also have this cyclical motion. So that's the energetic theme for August. And during this time, my guides are saying, you're not stuck. The energy is still moving. Plans and projects are still unfolding. But this is a time for reflection. This is a time to truly check in with your heart and find out what's true for you, what's important to you. The illusion may be that things have stopped moving, but it is just an illusion. It's just a temporary kind of holding in a certain level so that you can then resume your forward motion. In September, the energy is going to start flowing faster and faster again. Things are going to be speeding up. You're going to feel a lot of forward motion. But here's something to keep in mind. September is a 9-month. So September is a completion month in the midst of a completion year. So that theme of completion is going to be extra prevalent throughout September. And it's just something to be aware of because the energies are going to be flowing faster and faster, but this is a good time to be aware of consciously bringing completions in your life. If there's some unfinished business or some relationship or some situation that you've left hanging and unresolved, this may be a great time to focus on that and consciously follow your heart and bringing that situation to completion. The guidance from the guardians is be extra aware of what you're choosing and why you're choosing it. From October through December, the theme is going to be riding the energy of your choices. So whatever choices or decisions you make in September, you're going to be experiencing the unfolding, the ramifications of those decisions, October, November, December. And as you're riding the energy of your choices during these 3 months, my guides are saying, trust the flow, enjoy the flow. Things will unfold quickly, manifestations will happen rapidly, and abundance will start popping up from expected and unexpected places. So that's the general theme for the last 3 months of the year. Now, in November, things are going to get a little bumpy. We're going to be experiencing some push and pull energy, almost like tug of war. It's going to have this feeling of polarity. It's not going to be dramatic, but there is going to be some back and forth energy. And you can think of, okay, this is the dynamics of duality playing out. This is how the tides move throughout the month, right? Tides flowing in and out. And also November, we've got energetically what we consider to be Lemurian New Year on November 11th. So that 11/11 energy is going to be prominent in November as well, setting us up for the new annual cycle. And during this time, my guides are saying, don't give in to the pendulum swings, right? If you're feeling that push and pull of duality, don't give in to it. Stay centered in your heart, stay grounded. And finally, in December, my guides gave it this beautiful title. They said, December is the great gathering. And the image they gave me is water flowing down rivers and streams into this beautiful and pretty big lake. So water is flowing, but it's collecting into a reservoir of sorts. And even though it's December, this is harvest time. Energetically, this is the time when we're truly going to harvest everything that we've experienced during the year, all the decisions we made, all the choices we made, flowing with all that energy. It's going to come to fruition in December. It doesn't mean we have to wait till the end of the year to receive benefit, but we will definitely be feeling that in December, that sense of, okay, this is harvest time. I am enjoying and reaping all the benefits, all the love and abundance that I set myself up for during the year. And the guidance for December is appreciate all of your abundance, appreciate all of your experience, allow it to continue flowing to you because this is definitely not the end. The flow is definitely going to be continuing into the new year. So that's your full energy forecast for 2025, the 3 major themes, this month by month breakdown of what we can expect energetically. And now that you have an idea of what to expect, go down into the description, click that link that gets you my guided meditation for 2025. This is something I channeled along with this forecast so that by following this guided meditation, you can take that beautiful big first step to really align yourself with the energies of 2025. I would love to hear from you about what you've experienced so far this year. And as you do the meditation, come back into the comments and let me know what you felt, what you experienced. I really appreciate you giving me this opportunity to share this 2025 energy forecast. And the guardians thank you as well. And until I see you again, I send you my love and light from Lemuria. Aloha.